Hey everybody, Mary Shaw from ServeTheSong.net, and I am here with Josefs, author of Writing Music for Hit Songs. He is a very accomplished songwriter and composer, and a song coach. And anything else you want to tell us about yourself, Jai?
Ask me what you want. I'm happy to share what I can do.
Yes, we're here at the Taxi Road Rally in Los Angeles, and we're going to ask Jai a bunch of questions, so here we go. Thank you very much, Jai, for being with us.
My pleasure.
What is the biggest change you've seen since your book was published?
Oh gosh. Biggest change since my book was published. There's a cycle that I call the harmony groove continuum. It sounds like a fancy name, but for many, many years, chord progressions and melodies were the primary musical influence of songs that you hear on the radio, songs that are popular. And with the advent of all the loops and synthesizer and home computer technology, now groove-based and loop-based songs have come to such predominance even in country. They're putting loops in songs. So loop-based, groove-based material has become predominant, and chordal and melodic-based material, while it's still important, is not as prominent.
Wow. And has anything changed about the fundamentals you teach? Because I know you teach a lot about music theory.
Well, there's 4 aspects of music. I'll do a quick plug now.
Sure, absolutely.
It's my brand new DVD, which is called Transforming the Tune, Secrets of Musical Rewriting, which is on my website, which is www.jaijomusic.com, jaijomusic.com. I talk about the 4 aspects of music writing, which are melody, chord progression, structure, and groove. And all 4 of those elements are, so put it like this, if you're a professional writer who wants to succeed, you have to have all 4 elements in your repertoire. It's like a tennis player has to have a forehand, a backhand, a net game, and a serve. You can get by with 1 or 2, but if you want to be really successful professional, you have to have all 4 at your disposal. And as I said today, the groove-based writing is predominant, but chord-based writing will come back. Melody is always important. Structures change from generation to generation. And if you're aware of those 4 elements and all the aspects of those 4 elements, you'll be able to succeed.
Terrific. Now, given the technology and tools available to musicians today, how important do you think music theory still is? Is it still necessary for songwriters to understand and appreciate music theory?
Again, it depends on... It's possible to write songs just putting a bunch of loops together and singing a bunch of words over them, The question is, it's going to make you a monodimensional writer. The writers that I like to use as an example are Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, who are a writing team that co-wrote pretty much every hit Janet Jackson ever had, as well as dozens of other songs from everyone from Boyz II Men to Rihanna. And all their stuff, some of it's chordal-based and really rich with music theory, some of it's groove-based and loop-based without needing to know much music theory to do it. If you want to be a successful writer, you have to know the gamut. If you only know one thing, it's like a tennis player that has only a forehand and no backhand. You can run around a bunch of backhands and still, play a decent game, but you can't be a successful professional.
And in your mind, what makes a strong hook? Does it immediately jump out at you, or... Can you describe the feeling?
A strong hook is one you can't get out of your mind. I do a lot of song screening sessions, and the song that I can't get out of my head that night is the one that's had the best hook.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And do you think it's possible to create a competitive demo using a simple home studio setup?
It depends on the genre. First of all, the most important thing is that you have a clean, well-recorded, in-tune lead vocal. The biggest mistake developing writers make is singing their own vocals if they're not professional quality. If you have a clean, in-tune vocal, if it's the right song, you can get it across with just a guitar or a keyboard. If you're good with loops and stuff, you can get the basics across with just that, but it's got to be clean, and you have to try not to do too much. The worst thing I hear in demos is cheesy string sounds trying to make it sound like a full orchestra. Let it be what it is, just record it clean and in tune.
Just a few more questions, because I know you're pressed for time.
Sure.
What are your future plans? What are you currently up to?
I am actually semi-retired. I started my life out as a guitar player, and I became a professional songwriter and a teacher and a mentor, and I retired to Marin County, which is just north of San Francisco, for those that don't know, and I'm playing guitar in a couple of bands up there, and just kind of jazz rock fusion bands, and I'm just having the time of my life. I'm playing guitar for the love of it. I still write a couple of things. I wrote a thing with Pam Tillis last year, and occasionally I'll write something, but mostly I'm just mentoring a few developing songwriters and playing guitar for fun.
Wow, that's fantastic. And what advice can you give to the songwriters who are reading Serve the Song, who are just starting out and just want to get off on the right foot?
Good question. The best advice is to find out what the industry is looking for, and also find out what is in your heart to write, and try to find some place where those two overlap. If you write only from your heart without looking for what the industry is looking for, you'll never succeed. If you try to just write for the industry without it's coming from your heart, you'll never succeed. You have to try to find a place where both of those two overlap. And if you can do that and you learn your craft, you can be successful.
Wow, that's a terrific way to end. Thanks so much. This is Jai Josefs. Learn what you can from this man. He's the reason I understand music theory, and I highly, highly recommend his books and his workshops.
Thank you. Do come back to my website, which is jaijomusic.com, and you'll see more of what I have to offer, and I look forward to everybody out there's success.
All right. Thanks so much, Jai.